There are two facets of a same coin when we talk about the environment. Second one is environmental management. But we are facing a lot of challenges to protect the environment. India is facing is three things basically. So they are not fit for anything. And India is also facing a big problem in handling or managing the solid waste.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Asli Kahani podcast. Today's topic is something that everyone are getting affected from. We all are hearing a lot nowadays that global warming is increasing and generally we are facing so many challenges in our daily life. So to speak about all those things we have a very amazing guest with us. He has spent more than 27 years in this journey to make our lives better. So, thanks a lot, Dr. Rajesh Bhat, sir, for taking out time and coming here and discussing like so many amazing points. I have written so many things here because it's so technical that I might miss something. So, I wanted to note down. I have so many things to ask you, but I want to start from very basic thing. Ki where are we heading now? Like where our climate, where environment, where, in what direction it's going nowadays?
Thank you, Nakulji, and thanks for the opportunity to interact with you in this Asli Kahani podcast. It's good that you are interested to know about the environmental management, what today our nation is facing, or what we call the worldwide issues are coming up or cropping up in terms of environmental degradation. See, environment is a part of our life. So when we talk about where and when or how we are heading towards, so it is very difficult to tell because there are two facets of a same coin when we talk about the environment. One is the upgradation of our lifestyle or what we call development. Second one is environmental management. Both should go hand in hand.
Correct.
What we call any developmental activity should happen in harmony with nature. That is called sustainable development. Today, all world's leaders and the business houses and political leaders, scientists, they all talk about sustainable development. That means we have to develop along with the environmental protection. So, without that, whatever I do, for an example, I was using one air conditioner in my room, I may have to use four air conditioners in my same room to make the hall cool or the room cool. So that means the outside temperature will be increasing. So it is not only the temperature is a byproduct of all our activities. Then that heat has to go into the atmosphere. If it cannot go, then we will face the challenge because we have to face the heat. Then to make it cool, we may have to again use some technologies. So it is a vicious circle. That's why the knowledge on what I do and how I take care of the environment, these two things are very, very important. So I would like to say we are developing, but we are facing a lot of challenges to protect the environment. It will be an ongoing challenge. So we have to focus on those things.
What according to you is like we'll go globally also, but first I want to understand what are the biggest challenge for India nowadays, what we are facing.
The biggest challenge what India is facing is three things basically. One is impurity in water. Most of the rivers in India today, unfortunately, though the government of India tried to start Namami Gange, the purification of Ganga, unfortunate part is that when we have classified the rivers based on that pollution present or pollutants dissolved in the water, most of the rivers in India are above C class quality. C class means anything which you want to take the water from the river, it has to be treated, whether you are using it for bathing or for drinking, whatever you do. So we are above C class. Many of the rivers in the northern part of India, in western part of India, and in south also. So we are all above D class, and we are many rivers are coming near to E class also. So they are not fit for anything. For example, today Delhi government is talking about cleaning Yamuna river. So it has already reached E class quality because it is not river, it is no more river, it is industrial effluent or a sewage. So the photoplanktons, zooplanktons, and lot of bacterial growth will be there. And it is not only if I do not take that river water, okay, I will be safe. That cannot happen. The river, the polluted river will also emit lot of gases, the volatile organic compounds, because it cannot hold, so they will spoil the soil. They will ingress into the soil. River has got that capacity. So one thing we have to remember, that whatever we give to nature, it will give back to us one or the other way. So that is the big challenge when we talk about the water is concerned. And India is also facing a big problem in handling or managing the solid waste. So whatever we call today smart cities, the clean cities, everything will boil down to how we handle the solid waste. We have still very poor knowledge or a culture or a technology to handle the solid waste, the municipal solid waste what we generate every day, especially in big cities. I talk about Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata. All these big cities, they generate thousands of tons of solid waste every day. And unfortunate part is we don't adopt a right technology to handle them. First is transportation. First, before transportation, I should say about the segregation. Then transportation. Segregation is a cultural issue. Transportation is a technology issue, and then it comes how I convert it into a useful energy or making a useful material. That is also again a technology issues governed by a lot of policies. So today we have a beautiful policy which says that the all wet waste should be properly segregated and to be converted into energy. Nobody will do, because segregation itself becomes very difficult. If you and me segregate in the house, but when that fellow dumps into the truck, he will combine together and he will dump. So there is a cultural issue. So that is also a big challenge where India is facing. The third biggest challenge, what I say and I believe, is soil. We can reverse air pollution, we can reverse water pollution, but soil pollution cannot be reversed. Soil pollution is like I always tell to my colleagues or my friends, many scientists, I always tell that soil pollution is like a cancer. So we cannot reverse it. Irreversible damage, it is called. Because what we say normally for a healthy soil, for one nitrogen, the soil should have 30 carbon. Most of the data shows it is even less than 10 carbon. That's why soil is not having strength. When there is no carbon, when there is no strength, whatever we grow on this soil, that means we are not getting that strength. We are not getting that energy. Whether I eat a vegetable or somebody eats the chicken, it will be depending on soil only. No? It has grown or it has taken some energy from the soil only. So we will not get that. And today you can see a lot of trees getting uprooted due to small winds, very small rains, because they don't have strength to hold because of the depletion in carbon. So these three are major challenges where India has to focus, or we should focus rather, all technology providers and policy makers, decision makers, the bureaucrats. We have wonderful IS officers, all are learned people. They have to focus actually, because otherwise, one is making a policy, second one is stricter implementation. There should not be any compromise. So these are all the challenges we face. It is not only I talk about depletion in carbon, I talk about SO2 in air, or very very particular matter full of air. Then I talk about unclean water. These are all the things, okay, but we don't have a strong implementation. What we say procedure or a government approach. So polluters pay is there on the paper, but nothing happens there.
Is it something like we are advancing our equipments and all, but we are not able to teach it to the end users in that large scales? We have technology, but it's not affordable by most of the farmers when it comes to farming soil.
See, soil and farming, these two are different issues. Now, what we are talking about is the technological implementation for solving the environmental degradation. Farming is another. I will touch upon that also, but it doesn't exactly talk about the today's topic about environmental
Okay.
problems, no doubt we need science and technology for a better farming. The farming should be an industry rather than only farming. But when we talk about the environmental degradation, see, environmental protection is not only a technology area. No doubt I need a good technology. If we have a contaminated water, we need a better technology to treat that water to get back. Like Singapore today doing, whenever you go to Singapore, you'll drink sewage only. But
Okay.
it is a treated sewage.
Treated sewage.
Nobody can question that. The treated sewage what they give will be much better than what we drink today in India, the water. So because the technology adoption is properly done. So when we scrutinize the technology, we should have a proper technology to address our problem. So there should not be any compromise. That is what I'm telling. So we
Okay.
have technologies. European countries are investing in India. We are bringing a lot of technologies to India. But who will adopt that properly? There should not be any compromise. See, any technology when we adopt, it should be end to end. It should have a less maintenance. There should not be any breakdown. It should give the desired result. We leave all these things. We talk about the cost. So end of the day, we will try to adopt the low cost technology. The low cost technology, if it is addressing our problem, okay, it is no doubt. Everybody should save the cost. We should not waste the money and adopt some technology, and end of the day we are telling that we have adopted some technology. No, it should not happen. Our main aim is to adopt the right technology. See, when I was studying MBA, there was one professor who always taught us best economical practices are always the best ecological practices. If I don't have knowledge about the technology which has to be adopted, which one to be adopted, then I may fail. Then I may tell that it is not giving the right ROI. I cannot adopt because I don't have knowledge. So the industries or the governments, when they adopt the technology, they should be scrutinizing the technology in an unbiased way. So only technological the strength and weakness they have to consider. Money comes afterwards. If you have properly done this, you will not feel that technology is costly.
So
That's
what do
that
you
is one.
think that's like going to be most promising green technology in coming decade?
Green technology is a jargon. There is
Okay.
no because why green technology word came? When we adopt a right technology, it will not disturb the greenery present in the nature.
Okay.
So that's why it is called green technology. What we call it is environmental friendly technology or a right technology. Now, when I talk about okay, I will accept your word of green technology, and I also want to add that environmental friendly technology. When we
Technology.
talk about that, there are two, three different ways. Suppose if I am running an industry, so in industry, the one is process model. Process means I add certain inputs, I produce certain things, and I sell, I make the money. By doing this, I will also generate certain byproducts, certain waste, certain emission will be done. Some water will be converted into wastewater. These are all the inevitable way. It has to happen. When I drink water, certain things will be sent to atmosphere as urine by the kidney. That is a nature's law. We cannot escape from that. This is called a process model. Inputs, reaction, and output. So now when I choose the technology, for example, I have to produce one active pharma ingredient. When I prepare active pharma ingredients, so I need certain raw materials and I need water, I need energy in the form of electricity or steam, whatever it is. All these things, when they are put, the process will happen, the reaction will happen, and a proper output will come. Now, for example, in the entire process, I am using a chlorine gas, one of the raw materials. If my chlorine gas usage system is not good, there is a leakage. Whenever I inject the chlorine, some 20% is getting leaked into the atmosphere. It is not correct, no? There is no point in talking about scrubbing the chlorine in the atmosphere and neutralizing it or monitoring it. It is not correct way. What I mean to say is we should stop the leakage of chlorine. The chlorine, if I am sending say 1 kg per kg of the product required, it should exactly go 1 kg per kg. So, what I'm trying to say is control at source. We need to optimize our resource consumption. Optimization happens when there should not be any wastage. So, when there is no wastage, you have to start it from your supply chain. The exact quality I need to ensure. Suppose if I want a particular chemical 99%, if I'm compromising, okay, 97% you give and I'm reducing the cost, the 2% you have reduced, and according to that you are increasing the your consumption there, because the 2% is quality is less, no, you have to increase volume wise. When volume wise increased, the reaction becomes more, what is called, it is not effective, it is less effective. Then when the reaction is less effective, it will not produce the proper, the end product. Instead of that, it will produce more wastages, byproducts. Then it will go to the atmosphere. So what I'm telling is, when I see the technology for as a green technology or a environmental friendly, it starts from the process
First step.
itself.
First.
I need to have effluent treatment plant. I need to have a air scrubbing system. I need to have a solid waste management system only for the inevitable waste. Inevitable waste. If the reaction is improper because of the quality issue in the raw material, because of the leakages in the raw material, because of the inefficiency in the entire reactors, because of the improper consumption of the electricity or steam, it will not be an inevitable waste. Your excess waste will be going to the atmosphere. That is not a right way. You should have a fine or the good effluent treatment plant, and we should have a good or effective air scrubbing system or air pollution control system, and you should have an efficient solid waste management system only for the inevitable waste. So there we need to have a proper technology. As I earlier said, we have to scrutinize which one is better. So for example, as a technology person, today we are talking about we have developed our own technology called TWA, the treatment water activator. So which will need less energy. It can treat the organic waste, it can treat the inorganic waste, it can even treat the large volumes. So still it will give the better output, the water which can be recycled. So when we talk about the technology, do we have a better technology at lower cost, or we don't have? That scrutiny we have to do. It should not be only with the known people, it should be worldwide. So that networking power one should have. When we talk about the adoption of the technology, see, I use X volume of water, for example. Okay, then X minus 5 has gone to atmosphere after all conversion. Then X minus 5, am I able to recycle it so that this X will become X minus 1 or X minus 2? So these equations, calculations should be done, because the more I reduce pollution, whatever I do during the process in the atmosphere, industrial pollution will come down. So, like that, we have to talk about green technologies in terms of process model, in terms of inevitable waste treatment model.
Yeah.
I hope
How
I am clear
like
in this.
we are doing so much of advancement in all the technologies. So how that AI or Internet of Things is going to help in environmental benefits, or how it's help us like in a real time monitoring, and how AI is playing role
Yeah,
in
it
environmental
is
science.
definitely. We talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about Internet of Things, IoTs. So, it is mainly for monitoring purpose. So, when we call monitoring, or when we talk about monitoring, it is the first and foremost requirement in any type of control. So what we call normally, what we say, the one which is not measured cannot be monitored, the one which cannot be monitored cannot be controlled. So this Internet of Things, AIs, they will help us to measure and monitor, M&M. For example, so far in India, the monitoring system was a highly neglected system. Why? Because the instruments were coming from France, Japan, and very costly. If I have to install a real-time air quality monitoring system, ambient air quality monitoring system, which will give some 20 parameters, then it will calculate the air quality index in ambient air, AQI. All these things were very costly. It cost almost around 1.2 CR per instrument with an AMC cost of around 20-25 lakhs. So we worked with Ministry of Electronics and IT, MIT it is
Okay.
actually. We worked closely under their R&D wing called CDAC, the Center for
Okay.
Advanced Development and Computation. Then we, first time in India, indigenously CDAC manufactured the real-time air monitoring system, sensor-based air monitoring system. It is called as Air Pravaha. So where I am very happy to say that today it will be adopted by every city, it will be adopted by every industry at a very low cost.
Look.
It is lesser than the AMC cost of those equipments which were coming from
Oh,
France
that's
and
great.
Japan. It is a
Mm.
pure make in
Major.
India concept done by government of India under the supervision of
Yes.
CDAC,
Yeah.
and we are one of the parties to make that to happen. This type of, why I'm referring that is, this type of monitoring systems are very much important to understand where we stand. If I am entering, say, Bangalore from Electronic City or an Elmangal area or
Mm.
Devanalli area, I should know the particulate matter is increasing in the atmosphere. This SO2 content in the atmosphere is increasing. Those monitoring systems will tell where are you. Then it will tell the government to take lots of actions. They can make the industry wise zones, the sensitive zone, moderately polluted, less polluted, severely
Mm.
polluted area. Then they can install lot of control measures through the industry or on their own. Policy makers, when they get the data, no, their policy will change. What is to
Change.
be done,
Correct.
everything they will get to know. So, Internet of Things. Not only I am talking, I told about only air related issue. Lots of river pollution. If I am getting water from Kaveri, is my fundamental right to know which type of water I am
What?
getting. So today, if I go to Jumarth or IMD, I can understand whether today Bangalore will have moderate rain or a less rain, or what type of temperature will be there. All these things are there. No? Like that, are you getting what is today? You have got the quality of Kaveri River. So those things also can be done by Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. Similarly, we can do with soil also. When we talk about farmers and all, they'll not be knowing the soil health, soil condition, or fertilizers usage. They have to be told what type of organic farming they have to do. Those things should be connected with the atmospheric pressure, atmospheric temperature, humidity, the elements present in the atmosphere, elements present in the earth, the carbon content, soil quality. All these things can be done only by Internet of Things and AI. So then people will get a proper knowledge and they will adjust their methodology. They will change their methodology.
They will adapt.
Yeah, they will adopt. It is easy, no? Once you don't know anything means you cannot do anything. People can definitely do better things when they have awareness. Today, how many people will talk about air quality index? Everybody will talk. How many people will talk about UV index? People, majority, they are aware because everything is available on mobile. 20 years back, nobody was talking
No.
about that. Today, you can at least, not precisely, at least some 90 to 95% you will understand when you are going to Delhi, whether it is going to rain there in Delhi or not. Earlier, it was just what is called, we used to take a chance. Okay, let us go. Now you will be prepared. What type of temperature will be there when I land, whether it will rain or not. All these things will help you. Like that, creating awareness using the artificial intelligence, Internet of Things will definitely help us to make a better environment. That's why measurement and monitoring is very, very important.
See, we are talking a lot about water. I really want you to like just because we are hearing a lot nowadays RO water, then UV water,
Yeah.
then air to water. Like many companies has installed up plants where they are making water from the air. How it is like, and you said that our rivers are in C or E or D categories. So how good it's to move to all these purification process, and which one is like good for our health?
As far as health is concerned, see, we need to have a lot of minerals in the water. Very, very important. Today, RO is a overused terminology,
Mm.
the one which is used too much. The reverse osmosis membranes are required in industrial wastewater purification, basically, not for domestic. And when we use the domestic water ROs, so we have to ensure that the mineralization is there. It should not be a demineralization. What happens when I talk about the chemistry behind RO? It will take away it will reject the calcium, magnesium, potassium, like that. It will not reject the sodium. So your water will be rich in sodium when it comes. So we cannot drink the water only rich in sodium. We need to balance the electrolytes inside the blood. So when there is a electrolyte imbalance in the body, people will suffer from so many diseases. When I'm suffering from a calcium deficiency, what will happen?
My
The bones
bones
will
will be
become
weak.
brittle. When I'm suffering from a magnesium deficiency, the muscles will become weak. Heart is a muscle, heart will become weak. So pancreas is a muscle, liver is a muscle. All these things, the electrolyte imbalance is a big issue. So that's why, and electrolyte imbalance can happen only through water. That's why I always tell water is a very dangerous chemical, and it is an unknown chemical also. We know very little about water because it is easily available. We have not done a lot of research. Today, people talk about fourth phase of water also. What is fourth phase? Is it H2O or H2O4? All these things are coming. The research is going on because people still feel that water is unknown. We don't know much about water. Water can carry the memories. Water can understand our emotions. Your body is well adapted with one type of water. When you change, so your body cannot understand that. So a lot of energy, lot of the frequencies are getting carried away
Carried.
along with the water. So that's why by changing the water, by changing the nature of the water by means of purification, cannot help to achieve a good health. So now what we talk about RO water, mineral water, it is a demineralized and mineralized water. For that we pay the money, and we don't have any testing system. If any bottled water is coming with a label, we drink straight away. In any medicine, we see the
Ingredients,
expiry date, what
salt,
it
and everything.
contains, all these things, and it is prescribed by a
Which
medical practitioner. But water is not like it is available everywhere. So we drink the water. We don't know from where it is coming. We don't know how it is purified. We don't know how much minerals are there. These things are adding negativity to our body. So what I mean to say, that's why the treatment of water through RO will not give you a better water. It is just again a myth. We understand that it is a clean water because it is not having turbidity, it is not having suspended solids, which cannot be seen through our naked eye. We drink. But drinking less mineral water is a poison. So that's why we have to drink a water which is properly mineralized. Okay, now you also told about UV. UV is a concept to kill the bacteria. Instead of using chlorine or ozone or oxygen, I will go for a chemical free treatment, reagent free treatment, where I will pass the UV light to kill the pathogens. So but pathogen development and all, again, it depends on how the bottle is sanitized, how much the bottle can withstand the storage of the water for how many days. All these things, there is again a science behind that, so that pathogens will not come, and the bottle should not be exposed to sunlight, otherwise the algae will start, blue green algae will start, you cannot be seen also. Again, they will carry a lot of pathogens. So all these things will come into picture. The right technology he adopted, he means the service provider, the clean water service provider. Based on that, it is always right to take the water which comes like a natural way. What we call rainwater is pure than the water which has touched the soil, because it will carry a lot of all other things present in the soil. You also told about the air to water. Today people are adopting lot of air to water technologies, and in that also there are a lot of other technologies coming: condensation, not condensation, precipitation technologies are coming up. According to me, yes, it is much better than other technologies, because you will get the water which is condensed, which is water present in the atmosphere. Only thing is that Some minerals if are not present, if they are not present, they have to be added. So mineralization is required. We have to ensure that water is free from pathogens, water is rich in minerals, and water's pH, the water should be alkaline. The pH should be equivalent to our blood pH. The water should be alkaline. So today people are talking about alkaline water, the business model they are all. So we have to get these parameters intact in the water, then that water is drinkable, is potable properly.
I want to ask about alkaline water only. Natural was that thing only for me. Nowadays, like it's becoming so fascination in market.
Yeah.
People are paying like 4,000 rupees liter, 10,000 rupees liter alkaline water. This celebrity endorse the
Yeah.
black water and all. So how, like, are they good for the, like, in a bottle manner, or is there another way, like how we can as a public we can generate that alkaline water at their home only without any kind of process?
See, alkaline waters can be generated using the natural fruits and all. If you go to many hotels, especially the star hotels, they will give you the alkaline water, which is already they cut lot of cucumber, then the watermelon, the melons they will add, cucumber they will add, lemon pieces they will add. They will give the water a natural alkalinity basically. It is also alkaline water. But nowadays people are highly fascinated. They are what we call it as obsessed with the alkalinity in the water. I don't want to touch upon more about the chemistry behind the water because it will become again a complex topic. See, pH and alkalinity, they are very very different. I can give you high pH water, but still it is acidic in nature. So water can deceive. That's why it is a dangerous chemical. The high pH water cannot be alkaline. Many times it can be acidic. Still acidic also, it is nature, because pH increase is due to something else, alkalinity is due to something else. So that's why there was a scientist called Langelier who found out one equation called Langelier's constant to understand whether the water is alkaline or acidic. Suppose if I use water 8 pH and still it is corroding the pipeline, what you say? You should not corrode the pipeline. Then when you use the Langelier's equation, you will find it is a negative. That's why it is acidic in nature, though it is giving high pH. So we cannot go with, now today people are talking about alkaline water only with the measurement of pH. It is 8.2 pH, 8.3 pH is alkaline water. Where is the alkalinity value they have prescribed there? And what should be the alkalinity value we have to drink? The fellow who is selling alkaline water, he only talks about pH. 8.2 pH I am giving and it is alkaline water. He doesn't write this is the alkalinity. Where is it is written that this alkalinity is good for body?
Correct.
No such prescription is told, no, by doctors or WHO like that. So in such cases, alkalinity is one. Yes, definitely. See, most of the food we eat is acidic. Most of the fruits we eat is acidic, but they are not the mineral acids. We have to remember that. If I eat lemon, if I eat the orange, they are all acidic in nature, but they are not mineral acids. Organic acids are different, mineral acids are different. When mineral acids are more, then the body will become acidic. You will have acidity. So when organic acids are more, you will not have acidity. It will ultimately get converted into a properly alkaline system in the inside the body. So we need to understand that. So that's why alkaline water, so as far as I know, how much it will help our blood system or our entire the stomach system, good or not, I don't know. That's why they use big people to promote that. They provide them with very fascinating bottles and all, and they will promote that. So if it is too much good, they should make it affordable by everyone. Country's health will improve. If our health is improving, means the productivity will improve, country will improve. Then the nation or policymaker should make it compulsory that everyone should drink alkaline water. It doesn't happen. It's still a business model.
Can we say, like, we had pure forms of all these natural resources earlier, We only, because of our advancement in industries and all, we started polluting our own natural resources. Now we are trying to purify that again. Is it going in that circle or it's something else?
Yes, you are right. We had lot of pure natural resources, but having pure natural resources around us will not improve our lifestyle. So we need to convert those natural resources into our usable form and make our lifestyle more comfortable. For example, we used to walk miles together earlier, or we used to use the animals, which is also not correct. Using animals for our own comfort because they cannot speak. So we did that. Over a period, we understood that iron ore is there. We converted into steel and
Mm.
we started making the vehicles. We started building the houses. We understood cement can be made. All these things. But if you take the mass balance or energy principle, nothing can be created, nothing can be destroyed. So we don't have that power. We can only change. Suppose Bangalore population has increased in the given area, the earth weight, if I say the weight on the earth has increased in the given area by
Mm.
means of something which I brought from some other area. Maybe it may be a stone, or it may be a steel, or it may be a marble, or anything else, glass. We to construct that, but you have not created anything on this earth.
Correct.
Everything is in that form only. We have not destroyed anything. We cannot destroy. Suppose if it is a wood material, I fired it. Ultimately, it got converted into ash
Yes.
and carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Everything is there in the atmosphere
Mhm. In a different
in
form.
the different form. So only that wood has been converted into ash. Ash is also there. It is a sodium and all
Mm.
other minerals. They are also responsible to enrich the soil. So you cannot create something and you cannot destroy something. So with the mass balance concept, I slightly disagree that everything was there. We uh, made the pollution and now
Mm.
we are treating. Yes, what we did is we never did in a way it has to be done.
Mm.
For everything, there should be a methodology, a procedure. A mobile we have found out which can be used for a betterment of our life or destroying something else
Mm.
or hacking somebody's mobile or bank account number. All these things are there. When we have taken out the zinc from the earth, copper from the earth, are we stopping at certain level, or are we
Mm.
in a greedy form? We are just exploiting the nature because the particular copper, zinc, iron present in that soil or in that area, it is the symbiotic relationship of the earth to protect
Mm.
that environment. Now I have extracted it, I have sent it to US, for example, I have sent it to UK, I have sent it to China. So entire this depletion started happening. When depletion happens, nature wants to take its own course of action to correct it. Then it
Mm.
may be resulting in a earthquake or a cyclone or something else, because it is all making its own action plan to correct it. So that's why what I'm telling is we have done something in a improper way. It can be exploitation of resource or conversion of one form of element into another form. For example, oxide into chloride form or chloride into sulfate form. These things we have done, but we have not done in a proper way. That's why the vicious circle started, and we are in that vicious circle.
See, as you rightly said, yes, things were available, but we can't use that in the same form. So we
Yeah.
need to process that. For that, we need industries.
Yes.
Everything is required. We are urbanizing like in a nice growth.
Yeah.
India is urbanizing. So, what you feel that is any policies or anything that you can suggest that will help industries to grow, maintain the same output, but reducing the emission, and how like small scale industries and small businessmen can contribute to do that? What are the policies or any special kind of initiatives that you want to support?
See, India has got sufficient policies as on date. Our bureaucracy is very strong compared to other countries. What I believe, our acts and rules are very, very strong on paper. Ultimately, when we talk about the policies, acts, rules, amendments every now and then happening continuously, happening based on the growth of the nation or growth of the industrialization. So India is well advanced in that, I can say. But the question comes on implementation part. So there is a mismatch. The policy is very stricter, implementation is very weak. So it should not happen. Now, when an industry is set up properly, we should define the zone of that area, the sensitivity of that area. Once upon a time, for industrialization, for betterment of the society, they should get the jobs. Otherwise, they have to go from one area to another area. So, to give the opportunity to everyone, industrialization was encouraged. In a way, they can do. At least they can provide the livelihood to everyone in the vicinity of the industry. But today, that is not the case. Today, we have policy to make the industrial hubs, industrial corridors. For example, in Karnataka, we have KIDB, Karnataka Industrial Development Board is there. They have recognized their own areas. So at least in that area, they have to be very strict. Government has to be very strict in implementation of the environmental friendly technologies. The emission standards should be strictly monitored. Again, I'm telling measurement, monitoring, control, and there should not be any discharge of the effluent. It should be zero liquid discharge. The technology is available today. 20 years back, people were not aware of the technologies. Every technology seemed to be costly. People used to talk in terms of return on investment basis. Today it is not the case. Today, if you want to make something and send it to European Union, they ask all the documents in terms of environmental management. They will tell you have to achieve zero discharge of hazardous chemicals. You have to adopt European Union best available technology. So all these things today are towards the betterment, no doubt at all. But how we will make the policy to implement it? So we have Air Act, we have Water Act, we have Environmental Protection Act, we have hazardous waste management rules, we have battery rules, we have electronic waste rules, e-waste rules, we have solid waste management rule, we have hazardous waste management rule, we have plastic waste management rule. Everything is there in India. But how are you implementing it? Banning plastic is wrong because it is also a byproduct coming from petroleum industry. But we don't know how to reuse it, how to stop its transportation to the soil. That we don't know. We have to. We have made everything very nicely on paper. Today, extended producers' responsibility. I think it is more properly made in India than any other country regarding the e-waste or the plastic waste. But implementation, whether it is happening or not, nobody is bothering.
So
So
it's very simple. Like we have all the technologies with us. It's just like we are not using it. So
yes,
is there any country globally that you want to highlight that we can learn from them how they have
yeah,
implemented properly?
definitely. Today we have very strong connection with European countries. We have very strong connection with Japan. I don't say US. US will not give any technology. They will adopt. For example, if you talk about water management today, Netherlands is the best country where they assure you that you can drink water anywhere from the tap directly. They don't use any bottled water. Nobody carries their mineral water in their backpack
Bags.
or anywhere. So they ensure that and assure your water, whatever you are going to drink, it will be provided by the government and it will be pure. And they ensure again the air which you are breathing is very
Clear.
pure. Because what happens when we talk about the air pollution, it is not due to only the gas or gaseous compounds present in the air. It is also a particulate matter which PM 2.5, PM 10 micron. When they go inside your lung, they will never come out. Gas will come out, water will come out. But these particles, when they are going inside and sitting in the lung, they will never come out. So all these cities, all these countries, they talk about how I will give you a clean air. How it is very easy. You make a proper policy for construction. If anywhere construction is happening in Bangalore, can you go there? It's very difficult to breathe. You cannot identify the person who is full of dust. That is the way we handle. No roads are properly made, dust will emit. I'll tell you, vehicular pollution today, we has been reduced like anything because of the various technologies they have adopted, all these vehicle manufacturers. Bharat 6 emission standards also it has come now. So we talked about lead oxide, we talked about SO2 emission, we talked about the oxides of nitrogen coming from the engines. Those things are addressed. What about roads? The roads are emitting so much dust, you cannot see the green leaf. Entire photosynthesis will stop because dust will go and sit on the trees. There is no point in having trees also, no? Then your tree is not able to send the CO2, sorry, absorb the CO2 and send the oxygen into the atmosphere. Then what is the use of those trees? Because it is our own way. These countries, Netherlands, or what we call about Scandinavian countries, Switzerland, or even Finland, they are all very particular about providing these type of small improvements. I am providing you good water, I am providing you a better road where you will not get the dust. Otherwise, dust is a big curse in our country. So if I also told about Singapore. If you go to Singapore, they know how to manage the how to recycle the water. They depend on seawater. They depend on the recycling of sewage. They have better technology. We can understand from them. In the entire world, Japan is number one in recycling of the waste, solid waste. Fantastic technologies to convert solid waste into energy. So if you go to Israel, they are good in, again, water technologies, urban farming, vertical gardening. Otherwise, they don't get the rains like us. India is fully blessed, fortunately, with proper 3 seasons, but we don't know how to manage that. Flooding happens today because of the improper handling of the solid waste, improper planning of the cities. So otherwise, it is really unfortunate that still in this, what we in this century, we are all in advanced century, our cities are submerged with water due to some 10 centimeter or 15 centimeter rains. It is unfortunate because we have not made a stormwater proper management system. We don't know how to clean the drains. We don't know how to make the proper rainwater going to the nala or river continuously. Whatever the rain comes, the city has to withstand 20 centimeter rains. Okay, if it happens, Bombay faced once upon a time 40 centimeter 2 days consecutively. It is okay. It is a once in lifetime. That is understandable. But 5 centimeter rain also, you will see the lots of vehicles are getting submerged. Nobody can move there. All these things are very, very unfortunate. Then we need to understand whether we talk about smart cities planning is just putting the lights or making the what is called double roads or making the footpaths. It is not smart city. Smart city is properly handling the solid waste, proper vehicular management system, road especially, construction standards. When somebody is constructing, there should be a continuous monitoring of the dust emissions. Then government can take the actions. Otherwise, it is a wrong thing. No, it is a criminal act. Suppose if there is a hospital and surrounding their construction is happening, patient will get pneumonia very fast.
That's why, like during winters in Delhi, nearby Delhi NCR, so many places where the construction was suddenly get banned
Yes,
because of the pollution
banning
thing and
again.
all.
India is number one in banning. Banning is not the solution. How can you ban certain activities? We should strongly measure it, monitor it, and control it. Banning is not the solution at all.
So
We
many
should,
people get affected from there.
yes,
The daily
yes.
workers, so many businesses get impacted.
Banning some odd and even numbers, all these things will not, because it is called a desperate act, helpless act. It is
It's that they are you are troubling the consumers.
because you are using now power.
Hmm.
It is a desperate act, no? Helpless. I am helpless. That's why I use my power. That is not correct. We have to address through a technology properly. Innovation. We have lot of good minds. Very brilliant Indians are there. We have beautiful technologies coming. We have networking today. We have collaboration today. We are not implementing it properly.
India is a diversified
Yeah.
country. Like every 50 kilometers, we have different climate, different conditions, everything. In coming 10 to 15 years, is there any specific technology that is going to be developed by India for Indian conditions and world is going to adapt that? Like if something like that, even you want to invest in that, your time, energy, everything. Is anything we are
Yes.
working
India
on?
is going to become powerful in water technology, no doubt, in the coming days. India is going to become very strong in solid waste management technologies. Yes, if you talk about solid waste today, we have a beautiful technology which can convert unsegregated solid waste into the charcoal. Today's segregation itself is a
It's
big
a big
challenge.
challenge.
That will
Correct.
solve that problem. Even we are working on that. We want to introduce that to all states and all cities so that that segregation headache will go. So we want to work in a PPP model. Government has to support for that, no doubt, because it's a big thing. Secondly, the water is very important. India is facing a lot of challenges in wastewater management. So a lot of technologies will emerge in India. So India is price sensitive country also. We need a better technology but very low cost. So that is our mindset. So still the Benz, BMW or Audi, Jaguar, these are all the brand imaging vehicles for us still in India. Whereas
True.
in European countries or in Western countries, it is a compulsory. So, like that, is we are price sensitive. We have to develop lots of technologies at a low cost. So then innovation makes a key. So when we are able to develop the technologies at low cost, definitely world will invite us. They will
Yeah.
also need that. Today, European technologies or Japanese technologies, these are all very costly in the Indian context. And for them also it is costly, but they have to adopt. But today we are also going to other countries. We give better technologies at low cost. So like that, two areas: waste to energy and wastewater treatment. These are the two areas where India will excel, providing the low cost technologies and efficient technologies.
Because we've seen like almost all the big cities, on the boundaries of the cities we have big mountains of the
Waste.
waste.
That is a wrong implementation. It is, for example, I keep my house clean or my surrounding clean by taking out all the garbage into
Into
another area.
my next
Yeah,
neighbors.
because we have a policy to clean the area, but we don't have a policy to what to do that. Or
Mhm.
there is a technology, but nobody is going to adopt it because the implementation is not compulsion.
Mhm.
Implementation should be compulsory. Then only it will happen. So now, as a company person, as an industry person, we have three very good technologies today with us. We have developed our own treatment water technology, converting sewage into usable water in large volumes at low cost. All industrial effluents can be treated with using our technologies. And we have developed indigenous first time the air sensor to understand the air quality index with the help of I told, no? With the help of CDAC under Ministry of Electronics. So we have also tied up with one technology called COGO for converting all the unsegregated solid waste into charcoal, which can be directly used as a fuel to reduce the consumption of coal, the natural fossil fuel. So all these things will add definitely a positive impact on the environment.
See, we have a lot to speak about environment because it's never ending and it's a very long,
Yeah, yeah.
vast topic. But considering time and yeah, with the promise that in the coming editions we'll be coming up in more detail related to other topics. One myth that you want to share with the public that they have adapting a technology in the environmental thing, and second is like how every individual can contribute to reduce their we call it carbon footprint nowadays, or how they can contribute to improve the environment overall.
First, I will talk about the individual contribution. See, individual contribution will be impactful. It will be effective only when we culturally change. It should start from the each and every house and school. The environmental science, environmental protection should be a part and parcel of the school education. They should teach how an individual can handle the waste in a proper way. The culturally they should understand that. It's a adaptability basically. It is not technology. I am very much concerned about the wastage I am producing. Today, if you go to any type of marriage ceremony and all, we take lot of food and we leave many almost 50% of the food. It will become unnecessarily a garbage, no? They give the plastic bottled water and we drink only half. We leave half of the bottle. So mineralizer water you have wasted, plastic bottle you have wasted, and food we are wasting a lot. We don't understand how much we need and how much we have to eat. We unnecessarily drive, we unnecessarily ride the bikes. We for a shorter distance we don't walk. Unless and until it is not required, we should not use our vehicles. We should use that public transportation as far as possible. These are all the individual contribution. It should not happen like that. So individually, when we contribute, we should stop the wastage of water. We should unnecessarily avoid the usage of water in the washrooms if it is not required, for washing the clothes or for washing the utensils, washing the cars also. All these are individual contribution. Energy also we can save. But whereas myth comes, so far the myth is that I say whenever I do something for the environment, it is not going to give any returns. That is the myth. If I am having an industry and I am investing on environmental protection, there is no return on investment. It is a myth. But it is not like that. Again, I am repeating, best ecological practices are always best economical practices. Sustainable development is very important. When I invest something, when I adopt a right technology, again I am telling, we should not adopt the technology for the sake of implementation or to what is called to do the eyewash of the implement the authority or the statutory bodies. We should adopt the technologies to improve our system, to always reduce our consumption ratios, reduce our energy requirement, reduce our water requirements, water footprint. Then carbon emission will come down. Put more emphasis in the surrounding also, in the employees also, and showcase the greenery development each and everywhere possible. So all these things are, when it is done, it will definitely give a positive impact on the business. Morality will improve, health will improve, productivity will improve. If suppose if I am investing all on all these things, I am not going to get the return on investment, it is a myth.
And I feel like it's just like you need to have an eye to see the change. And it's not on for the future, it's for the present also. If we are like saving every single step, it's gonna help in our present as well
Yeah.
for the future.
Yes, it is just like I always say, LIC, you take policy, it is not for present, it is always for the future. If something goes wrong, it should be available in the form of money for the betterment or livelihood. Like that, whenever I adopt a right practice today, I'm not talking about environmental practice or environmental protection. Whatever you want to do, you do, but in a proper way, it has to be done. Then it will have a positive environmental impact. I use a vehicle which is not serviced properly and emission will be very high. We have a city where the roads are not proper. It is not a better way. You will have a lot of dust emissions. Vehicles will definitely, they will undergo a lot of damages. Then they have to be repaired. All these things are vicious circle.
I will say
Yeah.
it's a vicious circle and it's full mafia, because if they are making proper roads, then vehicles will not get broken. That complete businessman's like that mindset is becoming very dominating nowadays, because everything is interrelated. So we have
It
to
appears like that. It is very difficult to say interrelated, but since they are doing continuously those things,
that
it
makes
appears
that
that,
gives
and
that doubt
we will have
kind of.
that belief that yes, it is interrelated. Otherwise, it is very easy to make the
It's
proper roads.
yeah.
Proper road
We
it is a fundamental requirement. See, if every road is good in the city, you will not get the dust.
it's all, that's why I
Yeah.
said it's linked. We
Yes.
can do it. We can easily make
And
that
any
possible.
construction happening, whether it is a big apartment, whether it is a big mall or a individual house, put lot of policies in place, proper measurement and monitoring system in place, you will not get the dust from that construction activity. Only policies are there. Recently Bombay High Court has told what is to be done for the construction sites. It has to be monitored, measured, everything is there. But who is going to implement it? That is a big question.
As an audience, as a user, as a consumer, we all have to implement it.
Yeah.
It's nice talking to you, spending time with you, Mr. Rajesh sir. We have like so many things to ask, but yes, maybe in coming days we'll again meet, sit,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about all these things. I will say, like, we have one small appreciation token to present you. We want to present you that one. So this is one small mug. We want everyone to listen to us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching Asli Kahani. Keep supporting us. We'll be coming up with so many more episodes in coming days. Thank you.